A buck knife with amethyst handles. Watch. So we got our buck 110 here. What we're going to do is we're going to get the scales off of this buck, and then we're going to glue it onto the amethyst, and then we're going to cut the amethyst down to size to match or to fit the buck exactly, or at least that's my hopes. So let's go ahead and get to it, and you will see us back when we have everything glued on to the amethyst. All right, everybody, so it's the next day. If I look a little off, it's because I've been feeling pretty bad today. So I probably won't finish cutting these stones today or anything like that. I'll probably finish cutting these tomorrow if I'm feeling better. But the least we could do now is get them onto the knives and let the glue sit, right? So we got our buck knife, right? And we got our amethyst scales. First thing we need to do is make sure that they sit just right. Now, when you see this, don't worry, this ain't gonna be there. What it is it's the glue and the dye from the wood that is kind of come off with the acetone, and it's kind of made its own little separate layer on there. So don't worry, that won't be there whenever we're done. But we got it sitting there. We got it sitting pretty flush. Pretty happy with it. I'm actually really happy with it. This amethyst, Lord willing, it stays like this. But the amethyst is actually doing pretty good. I haven't had really any major catastrophes with it yet. But again, you know, let's keep praying it'll stay that way. Again, both sides looking pretty good, pretty flush, pretty flat. So what we're gonna do, first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna take those off. We popped that blade open because you see how this kind of lips over here, right? And you see how you got your little thumb groove right here? Well, this tends to block that thumb groove, so it's kind of hard to pull it back out whenever it's closed up and these are glued on there, okay? So we're gonna put these on here. Just make sure they sit just right. So we got them on there. Now, the only thing we need to do is take them off one by one. Put our epoxy on there. Epoxy 330. The epoxy we always use. Mix it up, get it nice and milky. I'm gonna just take that and rub it on there. All right, so we got that one right there. Make sure no German Shepherd hairs in it. It's a pretty important part. I'm gonna put that right there. Now, is it gonna sit still? Probably not. Just like anything, it'll be temperamental. That's okay. I'll move that to the side. Get a nice thick layer. That way, any gaps it'll fill in, stuff like that too. Right, so got that sitting right there. Last thing I'm going to do, so we got kind of a seal. I'm going to check this out. Right, I'm going to check out the front and the back, side to side. So we're just going to let that sit right there and let that dry. So we'll come back once it's dried. We're going to put some tape on there. I don't think you really need to watch that. But yeah, we'll be back once it's dried. Probably be back tomorrow. So yeah, we'll see you then. So we got our buck knife with the amethyst handles here. Now we do have our Opticon layer on top of it to help protect it while cutting. But that will get cut off very shortly here. My main concern is that something pops off or something breaks whenever the cracks start showing up. So we're gonna have to be real gentle when cutting this knife. But if we do this right, it's gonna turn out to be amazing. Also, another thing is that the knife did slide down, or the stone did slide down on the knife when drying a little bit. So there's a little bit of the metal exposed. So we're gonna have to cut that down to make it flush, but that shouldn't be such a big deal. So let's go ahead and get this thing cut up on the wheel. This knife here has been troublesome, to say the least. I knew it was going to be kind of tough with this kind of amethyst since it's got plenty of cracks and fractures within it, but it has been quite a bother. So what I did is, in some of the places where this large chunk here has came out, I've taken glue, some filler glue for gemstones, and filled it in. Now I know I say I try to give you the most natural gemstone I can, and I'm going to cut a lot of this glue off, believe me. But still, I think just for safety purposes, I'm going to keep it on there. Mainly because if you're left-handed, your thumb kind of naturally sits there when you use it. And if you're right-handed, your finger kind of sits naturally there when you use it. So in order for somebody who's using this not to cut themselves on the gemstone, I thought it was better to fill it in. But we still have some more to go. We still have to clean this up. We still have to do some more cutting on it and some more polishing on it. So this ain't the end. I have some feeling that we probably will have to come back and do a little extra work on this later with some glue. But if not, then that's great too. What we're going to do now is we're going to get back to cutting this thing, and hopefully, Lord willing, we can get this thing done. So let's get back to it. Hey guys, so this amethyst with the Buck110 turned out to be beautiful. I love the scales with the brass bolsters. It's looking great. But I will tell you, this knife has given me some trouble. Getting all the scratches out of the amethyst was really tough. And also we had to fill in some gaps where some pieces chipped off. But we got it to finish nevertheless. So make sure to put down in the comments below what you think about this knife. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And remember, we're almost at 1,000, which means we're almost at a giveaway. We'll see you next time.